Hello and welcome. It is 7 December 2025. I'm setting up for show tonight. That's right, Censorship Sucks is on tonight, and it's going to be a Sunday night show, so look out. Willie Lee will be in later. So, hope everybody had a great week and great weekend. We're looking forward to having a great stream and show tonight. So I'll be right there with everything once I get everything up and rolling, and I will connect up our crew with John and Doc 420 and whoever else may decide to join in tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Cecilia, in the Kick Chat, for coming in, helping out. Making sure all the bells and whistles are rolling and turned on so that we can get this party rolling. Okay, so it's all happening now. Getting everything together. Whew. It's been a good weekend. So far, so good. Hope everybody got their shopping and their holiday stuff together. You love that, don't you, Cecilia? That one command. That's probably your most favorite command. My favorite command, I should say, that I have on the Kick Chat. And it's open for anybody to use if you're listening over on Kick. Feel free to use it along with all the others. Most of my commands over there are, open that everybody can use. Still working on some things, getting us together. I should have John and his crew in tonight very shortly. Just making sure I got all platforms streaming nice and smoothly. Yes, it is started. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the BitChute rolling. No, it does not want to start. Okay, well, we can fix that here. But I'm going to get the rest of the crew in, some of the crew in here right now to get us rolling. So let me get a hold of John and the folks over at Censorship Sucks. I do
Hey,
that.
what's up?
Hello, hello, hello. How's things
What's
going?
going?
Can you hear me?
Good, what's up, man?
Not much. Just working on getting some things going here. My BitChute died, so I have to restart it.
We got Doc in the house.
Get him in here.
Yes, yes, I am here. I'm here. How
Excellent.
goes it?
It's going pretty
Good,
good.
good. I'm glad the link worked.
Yeah, I didn't have
right
to
about now.
re-log
I'd
in
be
this
sending
time.
it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For like the last 4 or 5 times, every time I clicked on it, it would be like, you need to log into your account. I'm like, I am logged into my account. It says I am. I don't know. Anyway, Microsoft, what are you going to do?
Anyway, cool. Oh boy.
Tell me about it. Oh,
Man, I
yeah.
had some brisket tonight. That was so good.
Nice. Brisket is the good stuff.
Yeah.
I love brisket. Oh, yes, I
Oh
do.
man, it was like just like falling apart. You know, I didn't even pick up a knife.
That's the best kind.
Mm-hmm. I can still kind of taste it. You know.
Yeah, that smoky flavor. Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Where am I going to? Here.
Let's see here.
Here. Oh.
Let me see if I can get BitChute up and rolling.
Ooh.
And we'll find out in a minute. Been having some issues with them lately, you know, when I try to get, I don't know, I guess it doesn't save the stream key. There it is. There we go. So
It's pretty neat that BitChute has streaming now. That's it was rumored forever that it was coming. It was coming, and I'm glad they finally got it up and running.
I kind of like BitChute. I get a lot of hits on BitChute compared to, you know, like Rumble and some of the other platforms.
Yeah, from what I hear, the people who are dedicated to BitChute are pretty hardcore. Like it's got a good solid user base.
Yeah.
like mine, so.
Oh yeah. No.
I mean,
Actually,
after 8 years,
Odyssey
I'm
is
still
more
there.
like Mines. You know, for where I had, now I don't. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I really prefer Minds for like trying to have conversations with people. I go when I want to, you know, trash talk and rile people up. That's when I go to Twitter. But if I want to like try to actually invoke a conversation, I can usually find one on Minds out of the group of people that I talk to.
Hey guys,
It's much.
Cecilia in the chat.
There you go. There you go.
She's like, I'm here. I'm like, I seen you earlier. I'm just trying to connect stuff. You know?
It's interesting having two different people. Like Wednesday night we got Barry, and Sunday night we have
Doc.
And so, like, a lot of the jokes and stuff that are running on one night don't run on the other night, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when you mentioned Cecilia, like, I don't know, Barry always comes out and says her name, but he, like, whistles the C's.
Yeah, like he's
Cecilia.
like he's Bucky Beaver or something, you know. I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
It's funny. So I'm like, I don't know. Oh.
That gives the listeners variety. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Willie jokes,
the
Willie jokes always stay the same. They're great.
Kind of.
I just got to keep all the joke lines straight, you know.
Yeah.
And like what we talked about on Wednesday versus Sunday, and like, didn't we talk about this last week, or was that Sunday?
Yeah, that's true.
You know. Let's see. What's the date today? The 17th is our last show, so we'll have one more Sunday show this year.
Right.
Excellent.
Okay, and then we're off till what I imagine the first Sunday in January, whenever that falls.
No, we come back the first Sunday in January, which would be January the 3rd. No, the 4th.
Oh, okay.
4th. Yep.
So we have a show the 14th, then we're off the 21st and 28th, and then back the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
now, having said that, I might try to pull together some sort of a holiday thing where we do a holiday special.
Yep.
Right.
Like we do every year. Yep. Or try to.
Yeah. So
some years don't work.
Yeah,
out,
like so.
do.
Like a Christmas thing. I don't know. Whatever. Just something fun.
Well, shoot me a
Hopefully
DM
runs
when you
lock-in.
guys have it organized, and see
Okay.
if I can make it.
Here. Mhm.
Do you follow the
Oh.
college football at all?
No.
I don't. You know,
No.
I used to.
They're all up in a roar with the Notre Dame didn't make the playoffs, so everybody's mad.
I used to.
Oh.
When the Penn State was the only college football team I really followed back in the day.
Back in the Paterno days.
Yeah, no, back when Jeff Hostetler was there. That goes back.
Okay.
Yep. You know, that goes in Matt Barr and all those guys. Yeah, that goes back quite a ways. Matt and Chris both, I should say.
Yeah, I grew up watching the Kerry Collins and Kajana Carter Penn State team. That was they were like the big team back then.
Yeah,
I remember them playing Miami.
Yeah, and if all else failed, I guess West Virginia. You know.
Yeah,
because they were kind of rivals. You know, Penn State and West Virginia. You know, they were more of a rival team than Pitt and Penn State. I always went with Pitt, not Pitt, but Penn State. My sister went to Pitt. I did, you know, a couple college classes at Penn State.
Yeah, I did not. I had to go to idiot boy summer school to get into college. I had to go take the special summer college class because I slacked off in high school my entire 4 years. I only did homework and actual working class during football season so I could stay eligible. and then as soon as football season was over, I was off doing my own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't even have dreamed of going even to a satellite Penn State campus. I went to Clarion University of Pennsylvania.
That's. I actually went to Capitol campus.
Okay.
For a couple classes. I mean, it was for accounting, and because I was trying to go into management, accounting, and computers at the time. Back in the day when a computer They didn't have laptop computers. Basically, they just had like a room that was a computer.
Yeah.
You know, it was
With
like,
the floppy disks and the punch cards.
no, the huge magnetic discs and the punch cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our floppies were like, I think they were like 20-inch discs or something like that. 20-inch floppies. Yeah,
It's
and you had to
crazy,
have
the
two of them
computers.
in, one for the program, one for, the data.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, those were the days. Fortran, Basic, COBOL 1 and 2, and RPG 1 and 2. I'm like, yeah. Like, I didn't fare out so well with that because I'm not that great with math, but I'm pretty good when it comes to using, spreadsheets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
See, I'm on the opposite end. I can do some of the math pretty easily, but I am an organizational nightmare. Like I cannot get myself organized to save my life. It's terrible. I have to have like a plan and a plan book and this, and I have to write everything down on sticky notes.
I think my favorite classes and probably my highest marking classes were labor relations, psych, business psych, and what was the other one? Business law.
Business psych, would that be like advertising today?
Yeah, advertising.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I loved getting into that and learning about that, and I kind of still do some of that with this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do the accounting stuff other than take money out for the internet.
Yeah.
Buy a new computer, liability.
Yep.
What used to be cars as liability is now computers liability because they depreciate so much quicker.
Yeah, they do. It's crazy how quick computers change over to being obsolete.
Hey, welcome in Simmons and LA Addicts and D Live. Appreciate you. I don't know how long we're going to be able to stream there, but we're going to stream as long as the timer will let us over on that platform. We usually get a 3-hour deal per day. I don't know why they started doing that a couple months ago, but now they do.
That does not bode well for their platform. That sounds like a cost saving measure.
Well, it does sound like a huge cost saving measure to them, or for them, I should say. And like the big channels, the King channels, they're fine. They can stream all they want, and because they're. But the little channels like me, well, hey, not so good.
Yep.
I've debated about dropping it, but I like a lot of the people that are in D Live. I love Kick. I'm always on Kick, no matter what. Kick's been really good to me. So, I mean, Twitch, here and there. At first it was great. Now, when there was like the migration from Twitch to Kick, and then I got all the people from there that were on Twitch that followed me there are on Kick and still, kind of still do. And, right back at them.
Well, Twitch was so ban heavy that a lot of their more edgy content moved over Kick, and some went to Rumble, but a lot of them went to Kick because Kick is basically a Twitch clone.
And folks out there listening right now, you're listening to the pre-show for the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We are not on the air right now. We're just hanging out. We'll go live in 15 minutes. So,
well, on the radio side, we are live all over, but
yeah, but yeah, but we're just shooting the shit right now. Versus, diving into the actual show, which will start at the very top of the hour, right on time.
Yes.
We never miss a beat here, one way or another. We will be on the radio side, you know, even if all the other platforms give out. Yeah.
What are we going to
Yeah,
what,
Great
what story are you going to
Conspiracy
start
didn't
with?
realize that they were doing that still on D Live. I mean, yeah, I know I've been trying to stream there for the last 3 days, and they just keep cutting me off after the 3 hour cutoff, and boom, you know, they even give me a little countdown clock on in the studio deal. Like, oh yeah, you got to end it. I'm like, okay, well. Been fun. That's for my filler streams. I do try to, you know, I have been trying to put up more content on the filler streams, like some of our old holiday shows at this time of year, and you know, not just yours, but you know, Nancy's and Jack's as well. Jack doesn't have any yet. Yeah, he's not quite there yet, but he's getting there. So maybe he'll do a cryptozoology end of year deal. We'll find out. I guess so. Very soon, I hope.
So you were asking what we're going to start with. I'll throw it to you, man. We got the EU slapping a 140 million fine on Musk and Twitter. We got all the Somali stuff going on in Minnesota, which just never ends. And we also got the pipe bomber. They finally arrested the dude. Where do you want to start, Doc? Come on up. Come here, Blue.
Let's start with doggy treats.
Oh, Doc's muted.
Yeah.
Come on, Blue. Come on up. Good girl.
I haven't been adding any like holiday music into the streams, the live streams yet. Yeah, and
thank you so much.
I don't think I'm gonna do that this year.
Yeah,
you know, so
there's too much of that out there. It's just never ending.
I mean, it's, you know, the show is kind of time sensitive, so when it does come up, it'll be like, oh yeah, that was, oh, Sonia Lasagna is in the YouTube chat. Hey, Sonia. Just saw that.
What's up, Sonia? That's Sonia?
Yeah, our Sonia.
Okay.
She's coming to visit me soon. You know that, right?
I heard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that. Then I'll warn everybody else after she leaves.
Oh, Doc. Okay, so you were asking what we wanted to start with, and I was saying while you were on mute. I was saying when you're on mute that I'll give you the choice between Elon Musk, the 140 million fine from the EU, the Somalian, raid going up to what, $8 million they're finding now, or we can talk about, what was the third one? The fact that they caught they arrested the bomber, the January 6th bomber.
Well, either one's a good starting spot. Any of those are pretty good. So I don't really care which one we start with. We should cover all three of them, though, for sure.
Yeah, we will. But if you have any anything outside of those you want to start with, say.
Well, I do have some interesting stuff about the pipe bomber one. I don't know if you've heard this yet, but it's just starting to be revealed that the lady that's doing the prosecution for the pipe bomber is the lady who did all the J6 persecutions.
Really, her again?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I can't remember what her name is here.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Oh, wow.
Valentine,
It's amazing how these judges, these randomly picked judges just all get the same cases,
I think she's actually the prosecutor for the state. So I think it's going to be one of those Comey cover-up trials.
Okay.
I'm trying to...
I saw a meme. I've not validated in any way, but it was a meme that said, that he had basically called Nancy Pelosi's office several times before and after he planted them on that day. But I have not seen any substantiation to that at all.
I have not heard that one either.
Hmm.
The story I heard today, I listened to a interview with Enrico, I hate his name, Enrico Tario. Yeah, today with Viva Frei. And he was talking about the lady that's prosecuting the J6 bomber case for the DOJ is the same lady that tried to railroad him and tried to get him to roll over on Trump and claim Trump did a bunch of crazy stuff. What's her name? Valentine, I believe, is the name.
I don't know.
I'm looking.
I might recognize it if I hear it, but I'm not recognizing that. But it doesn't mean it's not the right name.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you mean it's not the former director of the FBI's daughter?
No,
yeah.
I think she's busy, but I think she works out of New York. Actually, I think she works out of New York. So
I think you're right.
Oh.
You mean she hasn't changed residence to do that one yet?
Right? Yes, Jocelyn Ballantyne is the name. Jocelyn Ballantyne. Basically, she was the one that tried to force Enrico Tario to false plea implicating Trump in the J6 collusion case they tried to get together on him. And then she is still working for the DOJ and is now prosecuting the J6 bomb. So she wasn't fired for all of that stuff. She's now in charge of this case.
So will she throw the book at him like she did, all the grannies on January 6th, or will she throw the softball?
That's
right.
I don't know. It seems pretty likely to me that they're going to do a quick case. There's this. I bet you this gets wrapped up real quick.
He's not going to sit in solitary confinement for 2 years waiting for a trial?
No, I bet you not. I bet not.
Interesting.
I find it very interesting indeed that we started making hay about this case again in the independent journalist space, and then all of a sudden magically look at this, we had this case for 5 years and we just found all the evidence and we're gonna go arrest somebody. And it's very convenient. Just find it odd timing. But maybe he did do it. I don't really know, but it seems a little odd to me. Yeah. There's some interesting facts about the case.
All right, let me get the buffer files rolling. Buffer files are rolling, and we will be hot to trot when it comes to the top of the hour. I can't wait. We'll give it a couple more minutes here, and then we'll switch rooms.
Alrighty.
Which will be the same room. I do try to call you, but it doesn't let me. It automatically just drops you, Doc. I don't know why.
I don't either. I have problems with anything Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't like me, so I don't really know what that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Could be the lists I'm on. Who knows?
Might be.
Yeah.
Those
meetings you went to back in the 90s?
Yeah, look, I didn't realize
that drunk girl you had sex with back when you were like 15. Anyway,
listen,
that was your teacher's sister's cousin's roommate.
I deny all responsibility for what happens when I'm intoxicated. That's just how that goes. That's why I don't drink anymore.
All right, we've got a nice little roundup of stories here, actually.
Yeah,
I mean, just those three I mentioned will probably get us through the first segment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Roger should be restreaming us tonight, too. I know Great Conspiracy is. So I think that we're getting close enough that we can take and switch over to the next one. All right. So you guys go ahead and close out, and I'll restart us up again. All right, folks, stick around. Censorship Sucks. Coming right up.
All right.
Hey, here's Doc. I let him in. I got him.
Cool. Excellent. What's up, Doc?
You just love saying that, don't you?
What's up, Doc?
It is fun. It is fun. Most of the kids in high school thought so, too. I've had this nickname for a very long time.
Now I gotta get
Tractor 420.
Well, it was
Tractor 69 in middle school. Which one was it? 420 or 69?
69 and through middle school, but then 420 came later. But no, I got the nickname Doc from a math teacher because I have a semi-famous relative who won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Wow.
Long time ago on a far-off branch, not too closely related, but it related nonetheless.
Yeah, but hey.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Oh, yeah.
It was funny. He would always be like, he would say my name, and he would be like, Dr. Schweitzer, I presume. It was always funny. I can't remember what movie that's from, but there's a movie that has that in it, an older, like one of those Arabia movies. He used to say it like that. He was one of the funniest math teachers I've ever had.
All right, man. We're getting real close.
Yes, we are. Like 30 seconds close.
Like 30 seconds or actually 30 seconds? Because you didn't call it like it was 30 seconds.
Less than that now.
Said.
It's like 23 seconds now.
Yeah.
Do I have time to pee?
No. Look out, cats, dogs, and kids, because here comes your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're live and back on the radio side for the very first time tonight, right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show Sunday night edition for December 7th, 2025. Man, it's going to be 2026 before you snap your fingers, you know?
That it is.
With me tonight, I've got Doc in the house. What's up, Doc?
Oh, not too much. Enjoying the holiday festivities as far as football and food go. I quite enjoy that.
Yeah, you were talking about the college. What they just put out what do they
playoff
call them?
bracket.
The
Yeah.
brackets. That's right.
Yeah.
The brackets today for the playoffs in college football. And man, I'm so glad they have playoffs in college football now. Right?
I do like it as well. I think it was always the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, you win the national championship because a bunch of old guys in far off cities voted for it on the Monday after the actual game was played.
Right.
You know, that
Yep.
was so silly. Like, you go to work Monday, who cares what those guys voted? Did you win or did you lose? You win or lose on the field. You don't do it in some, ballot, right?
Very much so. I agree with that 100%. Should be a good playoff too. Lots of good teams.
And honestly, I'd like to see them expand it all the way out. Hell, if the whole football season was one giant bracket all the way down to like the final winner in the final week, that'd be awesome.
That would be crazy. I could see something like that. That's actually very close to what happens in Division 2, or Division 2 and Division 3. They have a huge playoff. It's like 64 teams or something like that.
Yeah, and you run it over like, I don't know, 10 weeks or something, and that's half your season right there, right? And
right.
Every game is life or death, right?
That's what they try to do with this. It's since the money got into the playing system, like because the players get paid now for their name and licensing, it's got a little bit more like professional football at the higher levels, but it's still fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the only problem with my strategy is it would, I don't know, your team might play like 3-4 games this year. You know what I mean? Instead of, or like 2 games or 1 game, and like you lose the first game, you're done. That's your whole season. 1 game. That wouldn't work out.
That's why you have your conferences and all the others. You have other championship, other levels to it. So
exactly, you're not going to pay for 100,000 person stadium with like 2 games a year if you suck.
No, won't happen.
Exactly. All right, so let's dive into some actual news here. We had a big report this week, breaking news that came out that they actually arrested the January 6th bomber. Now, a few weeks ago, we covered a story where they seem to have identified it as a woman, right? Do you remember that report?
Yeah, there was a report by Blaze, I believe, that did a gait analysis, and they connected it to a Capitol Hill police officer, female. And she now works as a security guard for the CIA, but of course she denied that it was her, and that kind of pushed this whole thing back into the limelight.
Yeah, and I guess they dug a little deeper and figured out it was this white guy from Northern Virginia.
Well, he's actually black.
Who's a massive Trump supporter. Wait, what?
He's actually black.
I'm sorry, I just watched Jake Tapper. I watched the CNN. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. The picture that Jake showed was black. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that was
the guy looked black, but he said he was white.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it is 2025. You can identify as whatever you like, apparently.
I just figured he hung out with, what's his name? Justin, up in Canada, Trudeau.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to a holiday party or something. Yeah. Want to throw on his famous backplace impression while he got arrested?
Justin Trudeau is probably my favorite actor. He really is.
He's pretty good at it, I got to say. And I wonder wasn't he dating Katy Perry here recently?
Yeah, that's
or somebody like that.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Interesting to see how something like that would fold out.
Right?
They can move their ambitions higher. You've already been the king of Canada. Now you can go, move to higher ambition and maybe try to take over Europe and the EU. And who knows, man? Sky's the limit with the New World Order.
Oh, they always fail upwards. That's how it goes.
Anyway, 5 years later, they finally figured this guy out. 9-10 months into Trump's administration? Oh, gosh, are we 11 months into it now? Holy cow. Yeah. They finally get this guy, and as we reported on that a few weeks ago, the whole reason on January 6th, why they closed down the Capitol and stopped the voting and stopped everything and sent everyone home was because of the bombs. It was not because of the people that were protesting.
Correct.
Right. So that was the legal justification they used to do that. And so it's important because who put him up to it? What goals and ambitions did he have? Now, I joked that he was a Trump supporter, but his family said he wasn't into politics, could care less. CNN, again, is trying to report that he was, saying that the election was stolen. But there's really no evidence of that I have seen anywhere out there except for CNN's unnamed sources, which we all know now are not to be trusted. Mainstream media with unnamed sources. It's like going to the stall in a bathroom and, reading the news off the wall, what's carved in there, right?
I don't know. I think that's more accurate.
Yeah, exactly. You get my point, though. It's
yes.
Oh well, so and so is a turd head. Okay, didn't know that. Make note. So, yeah, it's a wild story. I don't know, but you said you had some other angles on this as well.
Well, something I found interesting. I listened to an interview with Viva Frei and Enrico Tario, and Enrique said that Jocelyn Ballantyne, the person that was the head prosecutor for the DOJ on the January 6 cases, kind of the person organizing, she would come in and inject herself into all the cases and make sure that everything was done along the narrative that we remember from that time. She's the one that offered him a deal to flip on Donald Trump and claim that Donald Trump organized the J6 riots in some way. Of course, he refused, and as we know, he ended up getting a pardon. But this Jocelyn Ballantyne is now the lead prosecutor for this case. So she hasn't been fired, and that indicates to me that there's probably something else going on here, especially being that this guy apparently bought the components before the election even happened.
Yeah, in 2019 even.
Yeah. And he also did some, there was something else that they said that didn't really make a lot of sense either, as far as the time frames. It was something about they didn't find any new evidence. This is all evidence that existed within the FBI already. So that means that for 5 years, nobody did anything on this case.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd. It seems like we have a big problem in the FBI.
A real big problem.
Yeah,
a really big problem. It's and Kamala Harris was within 30 feet of one of these things at one point during that day.
Yes.
So it was a real serious threat.
Yes.
Under, no matter how you look at it, it was a serious threat, and this guy needed to be taken out. If you're willing to bomb the DNC and the RNC, you'd think that would be something they wouldn't be divided about. They would just go do.
Top
you
priority.
Tried to bomb both of them, right? Yeah. I mean, it's not favoritism. It's not it should be bipartisan. They tried to bomb both of you guys. Can't you come together on this? What can't you come together on if this isn't it? You know?
It seems very odd the way that it's played out so far. I'm interested to see how quickly they wrap up the court case. If it goes very quickly, that would indicate to me that this is more of a cover-up of something than an actual prosecution. But that time we'll have to wait and see if that's true.
Exactly. And, this prosecutor doesn't sound very trustworthy, just saying it seems, they've got an agenda, it seems.
It seems
throwing the book at all these people that, don't really deserve it, and the level that you're giving it to them. It's just crazy, to sit in solitary confinement for years without even, in many cases, even having a chance to sit in front of a judge. That's disgusting. That's authoritarian. They say we live in a fascist country. That's an example of it right there.
Yeah, and how is this person
side is doing it?
How is this person still working for the DOJ under Pam Bondi? We don't know that she was the lead prosecutor on these cases. Everybody should know that. Mm-hmm. Why isn't she fired at least? I don't understand why this person still works for our DOJ, and now we're entrusting her with this super serious case. It seems like a bad move.
when, if she got fired, what would she do? Well, she'd go get a, $1 million a year job, billing what, $2,000 an hour to insanely rich people all day long with no problem. It'd be a massive, massive increase in income.
Yeah.
It's not like you lost your job and you're destitute now.
Well, especially not with the connections that she clearly has. I mean, she was high up in this thing. She knows people. I mean, she could probably get a consulting job making twice that.
Exactly. I mean, K Street is just what was made for people like her.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's not like you're losing all your ability to make money. In fact, you probably have much more freedom and a lot more money on the other end of this cushy job you got,
Yeah.
So, well, let's get into, since we're talking about prosecutors, let's move on to this $8 billion now that they're uncovering in fraud, abuse from the Somali community in Minnesota. $8 billion, more than the penal system, has been
crazy.
Stolen. Yeah, and I saw Ilhan Omar go out and say that this was really, the Somalians were not the guilty here; they're the victims, because that money was intended for the people of Minnesota who are Somali, and they didn't get it. Instead, a lot of that money was sent back to Al-Shabaab or whatever it is in Somalia, a terrorist organization there, to wreak murder back in the home country and put many more of them on boats here.
Yeah.
It's insane. And what? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's pretty crazy that it seems like all of the Democratic politicians from that state are connected to it in some way as well. It seems like Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz are both connected to this. Kind of on the tertiary, on the exterior. But I mean, this state, we got to send people in here and dig into this. I mean, this has got to be happening in every state, I would imagine.
Keith Ellison came out with a statement the other day saying, please, let's not drag this thing into a political fight. It just needs to be straight up law enforcement. Now, Keith Ellison, staunch, hardcore lefty, is the Attorney General of Minnesota. This is the guy that should have been finding, uncovering, and prosecuting all this stuff all along. What has he done? Absolutely nothing. Tim Walz, allegations from whistleblowers are saying the guy went out of his way to make life miserable for anyone who brought this up. Right? Intimidation, you name it. If you brought this up, you were shot down.
Yep.
It goes all the way down the line. Ilhan Omar had her inauguration party at the restaurant that's owned by one of the biggest perpetrators of said fraud. And all those people that were stealing all that money, guess whose pockets they were lining with political campaign contributions, right?
Yep.
Right up and down the line.
Yeah, it's worked this way for a long time in the Democratic circles. From what I understand, they any kind of system that they can get a bunch of money in and give it to people for votes, they're willing to do, and it generally kicks back in the same way. We have something similar going on here in Oregon with the food stamps. We're one of the states that won't give up our food stamp data to the government because of that very reason. They know it. They know it's fraud. Full of fraud.
Yeah, right. So how do you stop that? You got to put it into it. So what are they going to do? They're going to stop giving them the money. If you can't report an audit of who's getting it, then you don't get the money anymore. And, the state can pay for it, right?
Right.
I have no problem with that.
What else can you do at this point? I mean, it's not like Trump has enough control of Washington, D.C. to initiate some huge multi-state investigatory thing. I mean, this is really the only option he really has at this time, is to cut the money off, I think. He's got to do it to all the states doing this kind of stuff.
Well, it's a simple thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, your parents, you're 12 years old, your parents give you an allowance and they say, hey, get receipts. I want to see receipts for all the money, I give you for your allowance. I want to know where you spend it. Okay, fine. It's not that hard. If you don't do it, you don't get your allowance next week. Yep. Or you get half or whatever, right? It's just, any kid's going to be like, okay, hey, I'm buying a Coca-Cola. Can I get a receipt? Throw it in your pocket, give it to mom. Off you go.
Yeah, they could if they wanted to.
Of course they could.
Yeah.
But they're kicking and screaming to not do it.
And usually means some kind of fraud or some kind of nefarious thing is going. When you don't want people to look at your books, you know something's not good.
Exactly. And to fight that hard to say, okay, we don't even need the money. Screw it. We're just not giving you the books. Well, you need the money. So you kind of have to do this eventually. And they're dead serious about it. They're not going to give them the funding if they don't show the audits. And I think it just makes sense in light of, 40 million people on food stamps. 40 million?
Yeah.
But it was never meant to be that big.
No.
And how many dead people, how many people that have left the country altogether are still getting their checks?
How many illegals?
Yep.
Especially in places like California and Washington and Oregon.
Mm-hmm. And, I don't want to just starve out illegals, but you can't come here and expect to get benefits that Americans don't even get, or most Americans don't get. You know what I mean? You can't just come here and expect everything handed to you. It just makes it so too easy to make it to America. It has to be hard. You need to fight for it. You need to save and crimp and put together everything you can to get here and make it work.
And do it the right way.
Correct. Do it the right way, which is the big, kicker here. And I don't know. Do it the right way, exactly. And keep your nose clean. If we ask you to leave, stay out. Right? So people that come back 6, 7, 8 times always seem to be the ones that are, doing the most wrong. Because they're getting caught 6, 7, 8 times and deported 7. Like under the Obama administration, you got deported? Are you kidding me? What did you do?
Yeah. And those are the guys that are doing the trafficking. Those are the guys that are doing the drug trafficking. Those are the guys that are committing the crimes, driving without a license, not having insurance, committing the fraud. Those are the ones doing that kind of stuff. And that it makes it hard to even have an idea of assimilation for an immigrant population, because you have a negative stereotype being formed in the public already. I mean, it only took 4 or 5 years for the mass illegal immigration under Biden for people to just completely be anti-immigration that 5 years ago were pro-immigration, right? I mean, it's once you allow so many people to come in and have such a negative effect, you're now making it worse on everyone. I mean, so it's got to be dealt with. But if you can cut off the funding, then you give incentive it's negative incentive, but it's still incentive for people to do the right thing. Now, is it going to work? I don't know. We'll see, but it's the best option we have at hand right now. And considering how in debt the government is, it's a great way to cut costs in the Social Security and Medicaid, Medicare, and food stamp programs, some of our biggest expenditures.
Yeah, we're 39 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
Or 38 or 40 or wherever we are at this given spot in history, it's all kind of a blur at this point. It's like you're going down the highway, you got your sports car floored, and you're looking down at the national debt going up from 0 to 60, So where are we now? 59, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Yep.
You're flying down the highway now towards a catastrophic crash if we don't lay off the gas, slow down a little bit, and maybe put it on cruise control, Cruise control. Add no more money to the debt for a while. Stop it. No more debt. Just, live on what we take in. That shouldn't be hard. Every single person on the planet, more or less, has to do that.
Yeah.
If you spend more than you make, you're going to get in trouble.
That's where we find ourselves today.
Exactly. Deep down a hole. And, it all goes back to taking us off the gold standard, creating the Federal Reserve, unlimited, when I studied finance in college, when I really sat down and they showed me exactly how the Federal Reserve System works, it was like, what? That's legal?
It's essentially counterfeiting. Is essentially what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's limits to it to some degree. You can only exponentially increase capital for, about 50, 100 cycles before you're getting down to trivial numbers, but it's like 80 cycles you can go through to keep increasing a $100 loan.
Yeah,
to tens and tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, and then you have on top of it some of the newer things that have come in the last decade and a half, where now you have zero reserve banking, and basically every bank is able to create just as much debt as they can carry, and so it's kind of hit exponential growth. That's why you see such a drastic rise in prices, is because there's just so much money in the system right now.
Yeah, and again, that's money we all borrowed from China, folks.
Yep.
It's you got 1 billion people in China. If each one of them owes you $1,000, that's $1 trillion right there. Right.
Yep.
So, what do the people in China make that they're able to lend us that kind of money? You follow me?
Oh, it's interesting how that all works in a circle like that. They buy our money with paper money of their own.
There's a lot of that sort of circular. I don't want to use that word, but going on in crypto and like a lot of the AI component companies, the chip makers.
Oh yeah.
They'll fund this one, will fund that one, which company A will fund company B, which will fund company C, which will go back and fund company A.
Yep.
And they're all reporting these massive investments, but it's really almost the same money just going in a circle.
Pretty much. You know, I'll give you these chips for computing space, and you build the computing space, and I'll give you the computing space at a discount. And yeah, it's the whole economy has become like that. And when you have the level of fraud that we do in the system, you have to cut that fraud out first before you can make any systemic changes. Because if you don't get the fraud out and reduce the unwanted spending, you can't get a good idea of where bloat is in the system. Like the whole system is so bloated now, you have no idea what we can cut and what we can't.
Yeah. So we need to correct all that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in America we can do better on. Honestly, there's a lot, you know. Taking care of one another is a big one, right? We don't do it well at all. And throwing more money at it is not going to work. We need to reinvent a lot of these systems and, you know, come up with much, much better ways to have social nets, to have, you know, Social Security. Heck, it'll be busted in 10 years if we're lucky, 5 if we're not.
Yeah, that's all really depends on how fast the boomers die off, honestly. Like the faster they die off, the less impact it'll have. But without those net payers in the system to cover their expenses, it's going to get rough.
Well, that sounds optimistic. Jeez. When you put it like that, it doesn't sound so bad, right? You need Grandpa and Grandma to die off a little quick and we'll be fine.
Unfortunately, right? Some people think that way. I don't, but some people do. I think there's other ways to go around about doing it, but you know, maybe close some military bases, maybe stop bombing some countries, those kind of things. We can get rid of some fraud. You know, maybe learn to live on a budget.
Yeah, all kinds of good stuff, right? All kinds of good stuff. Again, balance the budget.
Yeah.
Balance the damn budget. Just stop adding to the deficit. And we can handle a lot of things like that, you know?
Exactly.
But they'll never do it. And it is what it is. So anyway, let's dive into another story here. I've got a clip I want to play. It's a rather substantial clip from the Charlie Kirk Show, Real America's Voice. And it is Blake Neff, who has pretty much taken over for Charlie, you know, as a host of the show. Talking about all the scandals and all the crap and all the scumbags that are out there trying to take advantage of Charlie's death to start spreading wicked, vicious lies and evilhood out there for clicks, of course, you know, for all those sweet, sweet clicks. And he says a lot here, so let's just listen to what he has to say here for a few minutes, guys.
We wanted to use this segment at the top of this hour to say something important, something very important. For the past 2.5 months, there is a topic that has flooded our Freedom inbox. It has been nonstop on social media, but which we have almost totally avoided on this show.
We take a break at the 40-minute mark.
Already know what I'm talking about, which shows just how ubiquitous it has been. Ever since Charlie's murder, Candace Owens has leveled a flood of allegations against people at Turning Point USA, people at Turning Point Action, and people who work for this show. She's made them against some of Charlie's closest friends and against some of his most dedicated employees. She has suggested that Michael McCoy, Charlie's chief of staff, knew Charlie would be murdered, was happy that he died, and stayed silent because he was told he would be the next Charlie. She has suggested Michael is not his real name. It is. I have seen his birth certificate myself. She has called it suspicious that Mikey's wife, who works at Turning Point, helped plan the campus tour event where Charlie was murdered, which she didn't, by the way. She doesn't work on campus events. Candace has suggested the Utah Valley University event was unusual and its details suggested a, quote, inside job. She has claimed that foreign aircraft have followed Erica Kirk around the country and that Turning Point has lied about this happening. She has accused us of lying about Charlie wanting Erica to take over for him if he died. She has suggested Charlie's security team intentionally denied him first aid after the shooting to ensure that he died. She has raised suspicions about the head of our technical team because he took an SD card out of a camera. She has spread absurd claims that Tyler Boyer, who we just had on the show, sexually abuses male interns. She has suggested that TPUSA faith-affiliated pastors, like theologian Frank Turek, who we'll have on in a moment, and Pastor Rob McCoy, are part of a military, quote, infiltration of Turning Point, either because they are veterans or because they have family members who are. Even if not everyone has been named specifically, though, Candace has effectively tarred everyone here with complicity in Charlie's death by repeatedly saying he was, quote, betrayed by, quote, everyone. She has said Charlie's murder, quote, had to be approved by Charlie's friends, and then suggested those friends might have her murdered too for, quote, knowing the truth. She has made claims of financial impropriety and fraud at Turning Point, adding up into the millions of dollars, which, again, is not true. Charlie made sure the organization was audited by a third party every year. He personally reviewed and he signed off on every expense report, and literally every single bill paid by the organization down to a single United States dollar. We have never missed a 990 deadline. Candace has made other stranger allegations involving French paratroopers in maroon shirts, Egyptian Air Force planes flying out of Provo, Utah, and potential underground assassins traveling through unseen tunnels. At one point in early November, she started wildly throwing suspicion on members of Utah Valley's soccer team for wearing hoodies. I could go on. There is always something new coming up, and none of it ever pans out because from the start, there has been nothing there. The attacks and allegations from Candace are either lies or they are innuendos thrown around with a total, reckless disregard for the truth, so that Candace can manipulate and string along an audience of people who don't realize they are being played. Instead of being able to grieve properly after one of the most heinous murders in American history, a murder many of us had to witness, my friends have had to endure harassment from people who have gotten whipped up by what Candace is saying. In fact, I would say we have suffered more harassment from these people than we have from Antifa supporters who overtly celebrate Charlie's murder. And just like a lot of those Antifa members, many of these people take this delight in how gross and unpleasant they can be. What our friends have had to endure is not funny, and it's not insignificant. It is evil. I have seen it. For months, we have received hundreds, thousands, I suspect, emails and calls asking us to respond. People have wanted us to invite Candace on the show, but for a long time, our approach was to say nothing. We did that for several reasons. First, we thought that her prevarications were so absurd that nobody would believe them. We shouldn't have to answer questions about secret tunnels or Egyptian Air Force planes. That sort of thing is just, it's beneath contempt to respond to. The second reason we've said so little, though, is because there's a good rule of thumb, which Charlie followed. Do not feed the trolls. Focus on the mission. Reviving America, uplifting young people, making heaven crowded. Don't give air to people who want to tear you down and sow discord. Lastly, we didn't respond because Charlie always viewed Candace as a friend, and we were holding out hope that she would return that friendship and stop what she was doing. But a week from now, it's going to be 3 months since Charlie's murder. Candace has not changed her behavior. She has continued to spread falsehoods about Charlie's friends, and she continues to concoct new ones about new people. She's using these falsehoods to enrich herself while dividing the conservative movement at an absolutely critical time for this country. And far too often, we here have heard from ordinary people, people who loved Charlie and who Charlie loved so much in return. These people have expressed the worry that we are staying silent out of cowardice or as some sort of tacit admission that some of the attacks are true. Neither is the case. Our silence has never been, and it will never be, equal to complacency or approval. Still, we decided Charlie would not allow this to go on. Charlie was not a coward. Charlie was a fighter. Charlie would not allow someone to spread lies about the people closest to him with impunity. And he would feel ashamed if other people were stepping up to defend his friends while he never did so himself. Candace has mentioned several times that the ball is in our court. So here's what is going to happen. In the near future, there will be a live stream here in Phoenix where we address in a clear and comprehensive way the claims and accusations, the false accusations that have been made against Charlie's family, friends, and the people here at Turning Point. We plan to walk through everything carefully and thoroughly. If Candace is available, we would sincerely welcome her participation in that live stream at our studio here in Phoenix. At this point, we believe the ball is back in her court. Our motivation for doing this is not out of any obligation to Candace. It is about honoring Charlie. We feel a deep responsibility to protect his legacy, his work, and the truth. I feel that. I owe Charlie everything in my life. I feel it immensely. And that is why we feel compelled to speak clearly and openly now. We'll have more on this in the near future.
Wow. So that's their reply.
Yep.
Since then, they announced a time when they want to hold this thing. And Candace came out and said, well, 2:00 in the afternoon, that's when I do my show, my podcast. So I can't make it.
Yeah.
But she's never going to show up on that stage and try to defend all the crap she said.
Well, yeah, I mean, why would she put herself out like that? She can continue to milk this for another couple months before she has to move on to another topic. She has no interest in actually discussing it.
I mean, they're going to roll through everything she said and debunk all of it. Right, one by one. They're just going to call her out. They're going to have this giant event where they, live stream it to 1 million people and just call her a liar and a fool the whole time. Yeah. Where did this even come from? Secret military tunnels underneath the campus that the real shooter used.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, they've been doing some, kind of like surveys in the area about this, and people don't even realize that the shooter, the person that was arrested, they don't even realize that this person was turned in by their parents, recognized in the video by both parents and family friends. They don't know that the guy had a relationship with a transgender person. They don't. Most people think this guy was just some whack-nut right-wing lunatic who shot Charlie Cuz. They don't even, I mean, and that's the normal people. The conspiracy world has gone completely insane with this. And I think there's actually some people helping push it along because it covers up for them. I think there is probably some connections to the left-wing terror groups that they've been talking about, like Antifa and other groups. I think there's some connections to those groups to this guy, and those groups have been actively pushing these conspiracy theories, sending fake information to people. I think that they play a large part in this, but we'll never get to the bottom of that stuff if we don't get a real trial and real looks at the real information. And these people don't want to wait for that because waiting doesn't make you money.
Yeah, I mean, either way, though, this symposium, whatever they're going to do, this podcast will be, I think, brutal for her. I think she's going to try to do her podcast and ignore that the thing's even happening. If she's at all smart, she'd maybe try to like tap in through her like connection into the room and do it via remote. But I still think that would be very dangerous for her career. She could come off looking really stupid. Hey, you accused me of signing off on Charlie's murder, my best friend's murder. I've supposedly signed off on it. Go to where.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It could get really ugly when you start calling people out for doing things they didn't do. Murderous, horrible things to somebody they looked up to, like they looked up to Charlie. I mean, if you worked at Turning Point, Charlie's a legend. He's a legend. He's cutting you a check every month. He signs it himself.
Yeah.
What do you have, like 2,000 people working for that organization? Probably way more now.
It was a very large organization for what it was. It was very large. So yeah,
And
I would. Yeah.
And it's 10 times bigger today, I think, than it was when he died 3 months ago.
And my concern for the organization itself is that it's very clear that his kind of leadership was unique. He is a very special individual. And so, I mean, can they survive without his specialness? I don't know. That concerns me for them because he was so unique in his ability to inspire.
Can his wife recognize and replicate what made it all work? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know.
If anyone could, it might be her, but can anyone do that?
They're not out here making a lot of Charlies. You know what I mean?
No, they're not. It's a sad thing. I mean, he's absolutely just such a legendary man. It's tragic that he died, and it just sucks. I mean, I remember that day. I found out about 1:00 or something in the afternoon, and we went live on the air at 2:30. So I had about an hour and a half to digest that and put something together that just wasn't profanity filled and over the top.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't a fun afternoon to try to put that together. Especially with Brent Hamachek being, one of our co-hosts here, and he was extremely close to Charlie, known him for over a decade, and helped him write the founding documents for Turning Point. So, I like one person removed from him. One of my really good friends was a really good friend of Charlie. So, it hurts. I, instantly called him up and said, "Bro, is this real?"
Right. Yeah.
And Brent's just a strong guy. He's like, "Man, I'm just so busy talking to people that are freaking out that I can't even have time to freak out myself," So, but anyway, man, it was just garbage people doing garbage things, and a lot of people out there still, you see these college polls out there, and they don't even think that a lot of people, a big chunk of the Democratic Party thought what happened to him was he deserved it because he didn't support gay marriage and transvestites. And okay, fine. He doesn't, it's not for him. He's looking at the Bible and saying, this isn't what it says here. Adam and Eve,
Right. It's unfortunate, but that brings a lot of hate. Telling people the Bible brings a lot of hate on college campuses these days. And you can't really fight against that any other way but the way Charlie did it, by talking through it with these people that are so utterly confused about their lives. But the Democrats, like you said, they're all brainwashed into it. These, especially the 30-somethings that voted for Biden and Kamala, it's very odd how none of them ever watched anything that Charlie ever said, but are utterly convinced that he is the spawn of the devil and should be castigated and relegated to the dustbin.
And it's the left-wing forums, it's the left-wing echo chambers where the radicals hang out and just spew, nonsense because somebody else spewed it to them, and they spew it to you, and you spew it to them, and it just becomes, a fact in their world that Charlie Kirk is Satan incarnate.
Yeah.
When in actuality, he's probably the closest thing to an actual saint that this planet has seen in a long time.
Certainly, certainly in that realm of character, for sure. He had that level of character, no doubt.
Yeah. Anyway, on this subject, Tim Pool says that his house was shot at the other night. Tim Pool, major podcaster, Timcast IRL is his platform, millions of subscribers. He is a milquetoast, fence-sitting, wishy-washy political analyst, right? As he would describe himself, I think.
Yes. I believe that is the term he uses, yes.
Everyone else calls him, everyone on the left calls him radical far right, Tim Pool, because he owns a gun and believes, people should have families, right? I don't know if he goes to church. He's never mentioned God once in any, podcast I've ever seen.
He's not. He considers himself to be kind of a deist.
Okay.
Not fully Christian, but he believes in God.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he says. So
yeah, but either way, somebody took it upon themselves to drive by his home and shoot at it. Now he's got that real famous place in West Virginia. It's like on a river. It's got a huge property with a skate park and all kinds of chickens and stuff in the yards and you name it.
Yeah.
And that's where all the guests go and that's where they film everything. But I suspect he does not live there at all. He maybe did for a while, but he doesn't anymore. He got too dangerous with all the swatting attempts and bombing threats. And now the other night, actual shots being fired into the building while they were there. No one was hurt. But it sends a message. You got to drive by shooting, basically, is what that was.
Pretty much. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's West Virginia. Maybe the guy was cleaning his gun. And he hit a speed bump.
Well, if it was just the one time that something happened, maybe you could say it was, not meant to be. But these guys have been targeted so many times by so many different events that it was only a matter of time before it got to this level. I suspect there will be an attempt on Tim Pool's life at some point.
Yeah. Andrew Breitbart was another legend that just was he died so far before his time. And you add just the impact that Andrew Breitbart and Charlie Kirk would have had in their lifetimes were they allowed to live out their lives. And it's just a shocking deficit in the culture war, Yeah. It's a massive deficit that you just can't fill, I mean, Steve Bannon took over Breitbart. He did a great job, but he's no Andrew Breitbart by any means. Not even close.
Yeah,
he's just tough. A different dude,
It's tough when you don't have that level of charisma and character that these people did, like Charlie, like Breitbart, like even Alex Jones has his level of character that if he was gone, nobody could match. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're trying to make him go away too. They just can't really kill him because he probably owns too many guns and is too well fortified down there in Texas.
Right. A little harder to get to him.
We've all seen his truck, right?
Yeah,
That thing's a monster. But anyway, folks, we are running out of time here. We got to take a break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition. Make sure to check us out on Wednesday nights as well. Every Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday nights at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be right back after this.
All right, we're on radio break. We're about 5 minutes late, though. But
oh shit, we are. You're right. God damn.
Now you shorted yourself.
I'm sorry.
Coming back.
Yep. Shorted ourselves coming back. All right. Damn, I don't know why my brain doesn't work around this break all of a sudden the last 2 weeks. Like, what the hell happened to me? Like 2 weeks ago, I did this.
Yeah, we came off a Thanksgiving break, and you've been doing it like this since. And I'm like, That's why I was trying to get you to do the break early.
Okay. I thought you just forgot
Mm-mm.
then that it was supposed to
If
be
we
at the
get
40.
it in, we get it in.
Okay.
You know, then we're consistent. This is out of range for them
Okay.
on the radio side because we're 5 minutes off.
Okay. Well, you could jump in and be like, break time.
Yeah. Well, you went right into it. And I'm like, I don't want to go in there now. I'm like, too late.
All right. Oh, God! So I decided to buy a couple like larger pizzas today,
Mm-hmm.
and because I'm like, these will cook really good. I can totally nail these things, and I get them home and realize there's no way in hell they're ever gonna fit in my fridge.
Oh no! Cut them in
So
half.
you had to bake them and then freeze them, right?
Well, no. Well, I'm just gonna let them sell. I'll have one tomorrow and one the next day. They'll be fine. I mean, it's not.
Okay.
Pizza's always best the second day anyway.
Yeah, like soup,
Yeah.
huh?
It's just.
Oh,
I mean.
yeah. Sure. Okay.
It's not,
Yeah, I
all
mean,
the
it's-
grease soaks into the
Yeah.
pie. It's
Mhm.
Mm.
Plus, I'll heat them up when I cook them to well
Well,
over 170, right? Which is
yeah.
You know, most of the grease doesn't come until you take and start baking because it comes off the cheese, which is 90%
Mhm.
oil anymore and not real cheese.
Very true. Very true.
Back in
I
the
have to
day
make
when
a-
it was real cheese.
I have to make my own pizza because of that. I cannot eat any kind of pizza that anybody else makes. I have to use goat cheese because I can't eat.
Oh,
I've gotten to the point in my life I can't eat anything but goat cheese.
Really?
really? That's not
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
Well, you
No,
know,
goat cheese is tasty.
there's a
I love it.
there's a place real close to here called Maud's Pizza, and you can get feta cheese, which is goat cheese, put on your pizza, and and I do that. I like that. I like that and the blue cheese. Yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
because they got
the,
those ovens, with the fire. It looks
Oh,
like a
yeah.
huge fireplace the way
Yeah.
they do it. And they just slide them in and slide them out. I'm like, oh yeah, nice and crispy.
Yeah, those things cook really fast.
Yeah,
I
they
had no
do.
idea how fast one of those
Like-
things cooks a pizza.
It's about 10 minutes for a pizza. Like, man, as soon as they slide it in, 10 minutes, it's coming right out. No matter how many toppings you put on it, it's cooked through.
Those fire oven roasted pizzas are the best.
Oh,
They have the
yeah.
best flavor.
Yeah. Well, nice thing about that too is I like
You know
the
what? Yeah.
thin, crispy crust. So you always get that there.
I had one in my last town I lived in, though, and they would just use frozen, pucks. They would just throw them in there and throw the toppings on it, and off you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, why? You've got this beautiful oven, and you're throwing frozen bricks in there, that are all pre-made and just, yikes.
It should be doing it the
That
long way.
sounds
But
kinda
anyways, you
like
got 30
defeating the
seconds,
point.
and we'll be right back, and then you'll have 5 minutes.
All right. Okay, 5 minutes. I can do that.
Yeah, and then we gotta scooch over to the next one and bring Willie in.
Next room.
Yeah.
And we got to wait until
here's your
the
call.
57-minute
3,
mark to start the next
2,
one. So
1,
we can...
and you are live right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition, where we get into all kinds of good stuff going on in the world. Let's see, Doc. The Supreme Court is going to hear an argument about birthright citizenship.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The key here is the way it reads is that. Oh God, where's the exact quote from this thing in here? Basically, anyone who has a does not whose mother is unlawful. I'm sorry. If that person's mother was unlawfully present in the country, and then individual's father were not a U.S. citizen, lawful permanent resident, at the time of the person's death. That's what they're arguing. The 14th Amendment has never been interpreted to extend citizenship universally to everyone born within the United States. So basically what they're saying is that you're not born under the jurisdiction of the United States if you're here illegally.
Correct.
Right? You're not here you're just here illegally. You're breaking the law to be here, and you're not under our jurisdiction. We can kick you out at will.
That's basically, that's essentially the argument. And this was made pretty clear by the founding fathers who wrote this article of the Constitution, this amendment, when it was written and put in. The year after it was put in, there was a bunch of writing done about it, and they said specifically in that writing that this was to deal with the slave problem, the children of the slaves, to make them
Correct.
citizens. This didn't have anything to do with foreigners or anything like that. So it's very weird that the Democrats think that they can keep this way, but I have a feeling the Supreme Court's going to come down on the side of Trump in this one. I do, actually.
There's a lot of things like tourism birth, where somebody from China just gets on an airplane when they're 8 months pregnant, comes over here, gives birth, and then, as soon as they're physically able to go back home, they go back home and may not return for years. That's not the case. That shouldn't be a citizen.
Correct.
That's someone milking the system. That's someone saying, hey, I know how to beat the system. Watch me do this. And then boom, they come back with a 2-month-old child with a U.S. passport.
Yeah. And it's leads to a bunch of bad things. I don't think people realize how this can be used to manipulate America. In the China case, what they do with a lot of these young kids that have the dual citizenship, they get them enrolled in colleges, they get them into job positions, and back home, all of their family is under the thumb of the CCP. And so if the Communist Party says you need to give us this info from your job, they have to, or their family gets put in the gulag or murdered or whatever. So you have that part of it. But then you also have the part where you have these people bring in the rest of their family. So you have the child, they grow up, become an 18-year-old, and then they chain migrate their entire extended family into the country. And so they act as a sponsor for the rest of the family. And so you get people moving up, 30 people from their family based on one child being born here 18 years ago. That's not what the founding fathers intended.
Yeah, and it's not all China. It's all over the world. I mean, it's just, you name it, right? Today, the King of England could get his wife pregnant. She could get on a plane, come over to America. Boom, that's a U.S. citizen. They fly back. And then later on, can that kid run for president of the United States? He's a natural-born citizen.
Right. That's an extreme case, but absolutely, that is a problem. It's actually one of the things they talked about in the documents for writing about this, that they didn't want that to be a possibility.
Yeah, and I mean, they just won a revolutionary war. This was high on their minds. You know what I mean? When they wrote this stuff, it was right up front and center that they didn't want some, like, the King of France coming over here and milking the system, or Germany or Luxembourg or whatever, right?
Well, I mean, this was right after the Civil War, but yeah, exactly. They had just fought a war.
Yeah,
they were very cognizant of foreign influence. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, good point. But yeah, I'm thinking further back in time, and clearly this was right after the Civil War, not the Revolutionary War. But yeah, that stuff's always relevant in the minds of people, though, that came before us, because we were a fragile country, a tiny little place. And folks, on that note, we've got to take another break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We'll be right back after this.
Shortest segment in Censorship Sucks. But good to go.
It was impressive. It was impressive.
Yeah.
It was a good segment, though.
Yeah.
We nailed it.
Yep.
Very good.
We covered the shit out of that story in 5 minutes,
Yeah.
For sure.
I want to take and let this this particular room run out, and then I'll get us in.
Yep. Wait a couple minutes after this runs out. You know what I mean? Wait till like the 58. 59 mark. Yeah, after there, so then I can take the show right up to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we need to.
Try to do that. Know how the clock works, you know?
Yeah, it'll probably just mean 2 minutes of you just talking to the audience by yourself.
Yeah,
right?
something like that. Yeah, that's how we normally do it anyways, right?
I think
Nothing
we're
wrong with
seconds out here from this one, I think.
Yeah, we got about a minute and a half, something like that.
It's fun. They give me a 15-minute warning, but they don't give me like a countdown at the last minute, you know?
No, but
the
D
room.
Live does for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, if D Live can do it, why can't teams do it? Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, because they say you got that countdown clock up there, which sometimes it gives you like a minute over or two, some at times, but not always. But you know how it is.
Yes.
So Blue got to go to the dog park today. We had a big old day. She's tired now.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Dog park will wear you out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys going to do an after show tonight?
I will not be.
Oh, I don't know.
Either way, it's fine with me. I have lots to do tomorrow in the morning, so just
Yeah.
yeah. See, we're already over, and it's still letting us go, but we'll just get cut off anytime. And when that does, you guys can just start hanging up, and I'll get things rolling. All right. On the other side here,
All right.
at the 58-minute mark, or try to, you know. All right. See you on the other side. Gonna end this one, and we're going to go for hour 2 over in the next one, and hopefully we can bring in that worm farmer named Willie. Yeah, farmer. Yeah. So let me get the crew together. Do one. Where's that Doc? There's that Willie character. There we go. And let me get in here on Teams. Switch it over to...
Oh.
Oh!
Oh. I
Hey, Doc. I
Hey,
want
Doc.
you to get
Willie.
into it with Willie tonight, okay? I want to see you and Willie interact more, okay?
Alrighty.
All right? You ready for that?
I'll
Man,
do what I can.
Willie and Roger have been like
Okay.
interacting a lot here lately. I don't know.
y'all need to have Roger Hansen, man. Y'all need to have him on the show. For him what you do.
Okay.
He's smart, man. I'm telling you, he's smart. Doc 69 smart too. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Hey, look here. I think Doc 69 ought to be the host of the show. Let him host it one night. All right, welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Your host, Doc 69.
Yes, sir.
You gonna do the countdown tonight, Willie?
No, man. Hey, this here is the Willie's Worm Farm Roundtable Radio
What?
Show.
No.
In conjunction.
We don't have no
In
Drake and
conjunction-
Gus Productions crap going on here, man.
Yeah. Hey, Drake and Gus, man. Uncle Drake and Uncle Gus. Hey, they putting it on, man. Hey, they sponsoring. They even rented out the billboard that I'm on. I'm broadcasting from the billboard, man. Hey, they rented out the billboard, and I can't get run off no more. I got my CB radio and my great big old high antenna, man. I got it set up just right.
That's how you do that. That's old school podcasting
Yeah.
right there.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, you got to have ideas. You got to have it going on, man.
Well,
Oh.
and it'll take that whole setup up to the billboard on I-90 and broadcast from there.
Yeah, no, I know I-90, man. That runs way up north, man.
Yeah, it does, doesn't
way,
it?
yeah. It
I-10.
runs way
All
up
right,
there
I-10.
through. It runs up there through Montana and Idaho and Oregon and all that. I-94 and I-90. Hey, man, I traveled all them roads. You know, believe me.
Willie, you know how they're
I'll tell
all.
you.
You know how they're all named, right? Like where those numbers come from.
Yeah, no, man. North and south and east and west and
Well,
even and odd.
Okay, so you got I-90. Anything even is going to run east-west, right?
Yeah,
but
man.
the number tells you how far north you are in the country. What percentage of the country is north of you? So I-10, 90% of the country. I-70, right? I-90, you're up at the top. Only 10% is above you. Highway 50.
Okay, here's a question for you. All right.
Uh-huh.
If you're in Missouri,
And the same thing works east-west,
if
by
you
the way.
are in Missouri, then, all right, and you see the alphabet signs like A, B, 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 are they north or south, east or west?
I have no idea.
Me either. That's why I'm asking you.
You know,
I don't know Missouri.
you know he's making stuff up, right?
No, that's how folks up in the Show Me state learn their alphabet driving down the road.
South highways, right?
I use the sun
thing
for
works with
navigation.
north-south highways, right? I-90 is all the way on the East Coast. The 5 is in California. Only 5% of the country is, west of that. The 1, only 1%, right? Think of any north-south I-75.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense considering that the whole thing was set up by the military as a easy way to navigate the country. So.
Yeah, it's just grid. So you take I-80 or I-90, depending on how far north you want to be.
Yeah, that is interesting. And it's learn something new every day.
Yeah, and then all the north-south interstates are even. I'm sorry, they're odd numbered. Yeah. So east-west, even, north-south, odd.
Right. So if you go 70 in Pennsylvania or 10 or 20 down here in the south, you're going east or west. If you do 45, you're going north or south.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And that's only, state highways.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the state highway, whatever, I don't know how they number those. They're probably different in every state.
I can't remember, but I think Pennsylvania keeps theirs the same, except it's I think it's the last numbers, because they have so many different roads there. It's the last number is even and odd.
Yeah, if you're going on 30 in Pennsylvania, that's east-west. If you're going 31, that's north-south.
Yeah.
Hey, Willie, do you know how to use the Google? Have you ever used that before?
Yeah, man. It's called a Googleizer.
Googleizer.
Okay. Have you ever seen? Did you see what the Minnesota state flag looks like? They changed it in 2024. Have you seen it?
No.
30 seconds, fellas.
Probably got something with
It is the Somali flag. It's the Somali flag, man, all day long. So if you can Google Somali flag and Minnesota flag, it'll blow your mind that Tim Walz allowed that to happen a year ago.
I don't even know why them people from Africa want to live up in Minnesota, man. There ain't
all
nothing
right,
up there.
look out. Cats, kids, curtain climbers, and crumb beggars. Here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, the fastest 2 hours of radio out there you're ever going to find, folks. And to make it go even a little quicker, not only do we have Doc with us, but we've also got Willie Leave. Willie Leave. Will he ever leave? How you doing, Willie?
Yeah, hey out there in Radio Land. How y'all are, man? Hey, this here, hey, y'all might not know it, man. Hey, this might be the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Hey, but we are also in conjunction with the Willie's Worm Farm Roundtable Radio Show, man. Hey, we got it going on. We got all kind of news and everything else going on, man. Hey, I got to tell you. Yeah. Hold on. I mean, I get ahead
Isn't
of
that a
myself.
real original name, Doc? Doc, isn't that an
It was
original
very
name for
original.
your show?
It was very original.
Yeah, very original. Where'd you even come up with that? That's a great
Yeah.
name.
Hold on. I thought it
Yeah,
was oblong.
Yeah, no, hey, yeah, Uncle Drake and
Coffee
Uncle
table.
Gus, they brought it up, man. Hey, but I need to
It's
ask
an
y'all how y'all.
oblong coffee table.
Yeah, hey, I need to ask y'all how are y'all doing tonight?
Doing well, sir. Doing well.
great.
Yourself?
Hey, life is good, man. I'm telling you. How, sir? Hey, hey, Aunt Mama Lou still ain't showed up. Hey, she made another run. She made another run down to Venezuela to get some cockroaches, man. Hey, cockroach milk. I know I talk about it all the time. Y'all Google it. It's nutritious and it's beneficial, man. Hey, but Donald Trump keeps blowing up her boat, man. Hey, she went down there again. That's the second boat she was on that got blowed up. And
She
hey, I
should
didn't
just
come
take
up.
the Amazon River like everyone else does. Take
Yeah,
the river
but
the other way.
hey, she's still got to get up to the north, man. She's still
Oh,
got
that's
to get up through Florida and all that other stuff. There's a lot of what they call logistics to it, man. Hey, but I didn't come up with an idea what I'm gonna do, man. Hey, they got such a thing called palmetto bugs. Y'all know what palmetto bugs are?
No, it doesn't
Palmetto.
sound
I've heard of the
delicious.
tree.
Yeah, no, hey, hey, y'all Google it, man. I ain't lying to you. If you don't believe me, just ask me. I'll tell you, man. Palmetto bugs. Hey, they live in the great state of South Carolina, man. Hey, and they like great big old cockroaches, man. They big. They fly out the trees on top of you and stuff, man. Hey, but I'm gonna take them palmetto bugs and I'm gonna incorporate them into my worm hot dogs, and I'm making what they call 3D printed now, man. Hey, I seen that.
Are
That's
you
what
taking
Campbell.
lessons from Campbell's?
Yeah,
Is that
hey,
what you're
that's why.
doing?
Yeah, hey, that's why that's why I was getting ready to say. Hey, Doc 69, look at him, man. Hey, I like you. Hey,
He's smart.
I want you to come down here to South Carolina, man, and I want you to bring your checkbook with you, because we gonna get
I
this
was
thing.
waiting for it.
Yeah,
Of
hey,
course. He's always after my checkbook. I don't even use
Yeah,
checks. I only
right.
use cryptocurrency.
Yeah, no, crypto. I saw good and stole all my crypto, man. He crooked. Hey, you
Well, he is
sidetracking
crooked.
me,
That's
man.
true.
Hey, we got this whole thing. We're gonna do 3D printed food. Hey, and I done come up with the whole method.
Can you make it
Methodology.
dinosaur shapes? Can you do the dinosaur
I
shapes?
can make. Hey, I can make it any kind of shape you want, man. Hey,
If you
and
fry
hey,
it
yeah, hold
and put
on,
it in
man.
I'm
You
just saying.
interrupted me, man. You
I'm sorry.
interrupted
I'm
me,
sorry.
son. Hey,
I'm
I
sorry.
got to talk. I got things I need to say, and they
Willie,
only
it's
give
called
me
a
just a few.
conversation.
Yeah,
You're
no,
supposed
hey,
to
but
conversate with them.
but hold on, man. Y'all only give me a couple seconds to talk, man.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
we gonna banter back and forth. It's called
The problem is we give you a couple
bantering.
seconds, you take a couple hours.
It's called bantering. Hey, see, here's the way this works, man. Say I have to say something, and then he gonna counter say something, man. Hey, I got a whole spiel that I got going on right here, and then I need to get an answer from him. Hey, I've been studying up on this whole thing, and being a comedian and being a conversation. See, you sidetracking me. See what y'all do to me, man. No, hey, Dog 69.
I'm
Hey,
listening.
3D printed food. Look at him. Hey, this is a secret. I don't want nobody out there in Radio Land, because you got an honest audience, man. So I hope everybody out there in Radio Land ain't gonna take my idea and all this other kind of stuff. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take sawdust. Hey, you can get that sawdust you can get it by the truckloads down there at the mill, and you take sawdust and food coloring and mix it up with vitamin pills, and then you can kind of cake it up, and then you turn it back into a powder again, and then you can 3D print it, man. 3D
I think
print
I'd
it.
rather eat the worms. I'm serious.
no,
I'd
hey.
rather eat worms.
Yeah, no, hey, but
Well,
that's
it's sawdust.
hey, you add all that stuff to it, man. Hey, it's sawdust and a lot of food. Hey, Parmesan cheese. You know that
I mean, you've been
Parmesan
to
cheese?
Subway, you've had their bread, right?
That's
Yeah.
true. I have had
Yeah.
sawdust. True.
Or the meat at Taco Bell.
Yeah. Hey, that
That's
Parmesan
cat meat.
cheese that you get, that Parmesan cheese has got sawdust in it. It says it right there on the label. It says sawdust. They call it something else. But hey, Doc 69. Hey, again, here I need you to come down here, and you're gonna have to buy your own bicycle or however it is that you want to get down here, man. Hey, but I promise you, I'll put you up. I got an outhouse. Well, it ain't like a real outhouse. Well, I got an outhouse, but it ain't like an outhouse. Outhouse, like, this outhouse is like an outbuilding, but it ain't a real outhouse. Hey, and I can put you up in it, man. You won't have to pay for food, and you won't have to pay for housing, and you come on down here to the farm.
This sounds like I'm being invited into a cult. This doesn't sound like a business opportunity.
You don't have to pay for food, but the food is sawdust, and you can live in an outhouse that isn't really an outhouse. It's not a crapper.
Does that not
It's
But
sound
don't
like
worry, it's nothing like a timeshare.
No, hey, you just can't tell nobody where you are.
Yeah, see, this
Yeah,
really
right, and
sounds
don't
like
tell
a cult,
anyone.
Willie.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
really sounds like a cult. Are you starting cults again, Willie?
Yeah, no, hey, yeah, I can't say nothing. Hey, I could tell you a whole bunch of stuff, man. Hey, but it's all top secret. Top secret's what it is, man. Hey, I have taken a vow of silence as to the ongoings that's going on around here, man. Hey, Venezuela. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Hey, y'all know Venezuela. Hey, I'm a top secret agent, man, too, man. I got connections all over the place with the CIA. Hey, do you know? Hey,
Then why can't you get my cockroaches out of Venezuela?
that's
I
what
still
I'm.
don't know.
That's what I'm trying to do, man. Hey, cause see, here's the top secret armed forces. You know about the Marines, and you know about Army Rangers, and you know
That I
about
do.
Army. Yeah, hey, and you know about Army Delta Force, but you know about the Navy SEALs. Hey, but all of them are a bunch of wussies compared to what the CIA paramilitary, man. CIA paramilitary. I shouldn't be talking about this, man. Hey, but the
Isn't that like
CIA.
Jason
Mhm.
Bourne? Is that
Yeah.
like the
Hey,
Jason Bourne guys?
Hey,
Yeah.
these guys are tough, man. Hey, and I've been studiorizing it, man. Down in Venezuela, Venezuela has got the world's largest oil reserves, man. Venezuela has got the largest gold reserves. Venezuela has the largest gas reserves. And hey, and that, guess what? That's why Donald Trump wants to get in there, and he gonna make Venezuela the
Why don't
51st
we
state.
go down and conquer it instead? Why don't we go down there and just take over, me and you, like those two kids from Texas did?
Yeah, no, hey,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
That's a good
No,
idea. How big is your checkbook?
Yeah, hey,
I mean, there's lots of homeless here in Portland.
yeah, hey, we get a busload of them up, man.
Yeah, don't forget
go
Willie's
down there.
monkeys.
Get the
Yeah.
monkeys.
Yeah,
That'll be
I'm
good.
telling you, man. Hey, you got to have ideas, man. Hey, did you know? Hey, I got one of did you knows. Hey, did you know that if you spend 20 minutes on the toilet at work each day, at the end of the year, that's 2 weeks vacation. That's 2 weeks wages for free. Hey, think about it, man. You can get 2 weeks vacation just by spending 20 minutes a day on the toilet at work, man. I'm telling you, I've been looking at this stuff, man, and I'm like,
That's
you
how
know
you
what?
do it right there.
Yeah, hey, that's how you do it, man.
That's two
Hey,
10-minute breaks, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
hey, and I done discovered something else too, man. Hey, I've been looking at it, man. Hey, I've discovered there are 3 branches of the government. It's the military, the corporations, and Hollywood. And that's what Saul Good does, man. Saul Good, he runs it all. All the problems that we have in our world right now is because of Saul Good. I'm telling you, man, if you don't believe me, you
I'm
just
alone.
ask me. No, yeah, Saul.
Saul,
I mean,
all by himself. He did it all.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
all
Hey,
Saul.
yeah.
Well, why don't
Hey,
we put him in prison? We would put Saul in prison, solve it all.
There ain't no accountability, man. That's what I'm telling you. All these folks, they can do all this kind of stuff, man, and they can get away with it. They just do what they want to do, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Or somebody might say something about it, but by the time it's all said and done with, man, there ain't no accountability, man. Look at here.
Nope,
Hey, but
that's true.
I wanted to talk about something else, though, man. Hey, this here gonna hit close to home. Home is what it's gonna hit close to. Hey, and for all y'all out there in Radio Land don't know, hey, listen up. I was supposed to tell y'all this from the get-go. My name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm, hot dogs, and pea jugs too. Hey, I got the biggest pea jugs it ever was. I'm telling you. Hey, they just right. They not too big and not too little. Hey, because whenever you go to the bathroom, you only pee about like 16 to 20 ounces at a time. Hey, I got these jugs, man. Hey, they good for at least 10 goes without having to pour them out.
That
hey,
is a large jug. That is a very large jug.
Yeah,
does that really count
man.
as a barrel at that point?
Yeah, I got a complaint. I got a complaint this last week. Somebody bought one of yours, and all they got was a used milk carton that just said Willie P Jug on the side.
Yeah,
and they spent $20 for what they thought was going to be a nice, presentation type pea bucket or bottle, and they get an empty milk carton.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you're ripping people off, Willie.
No, hey,
you didn't even
hey, I have a question, Willie. Willie,
it's got a sticker, man.
Willie, I got a question for you. Do you still have the missing kids on the jugs too? When you take and send them back out to the public after you resell them?
I ain't got a clue what you're talking about.
they always put the missing kids on the milk cartons, don't you know?
I don't know nothing about all that, man. Hey, but look at him. I got to get on to something else.
All the missing kids are in his cult in Venezuela. That's where they're at.
Hey, I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all about a common problem. Hey, it's a common problem when people ghost you.
Can we talk about that problem on the radio, Mark? I don't know if we can talk about that particular problem. I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I try to keep it clean. I try to keep it kosher, man. There's some stuff I wanted to talk about, and I thought to myself, I said, Self, sometimes I call myself Self, sometimes I call myself Willie. This time I call myself Self. I said, Self, you can't talk about that. But I'm just like, wait, hey, you can talk about it, but you can talk about it without talking about it. And try to see.
Willie, if this turns into a Manscaped plug, I'm going to get pissed.
No, hey,
sounds like it's headed that direction.
Yeah, no, hey, we got a
not
church
for Blue
in
Chew, is it? We're not talking about Blue Chew,
Australia. They broadcast us live, man. Hey, so we got to be nice for them folks, man. Hey, but there's a problem.
Right now, or are they just waking up? Australia.
Yeah,
it's like tomorrow there.
It's it is currently 4:18 p.m. in Auckland, so I would say it's a couple hours later than that in Australia. So yeah, I would say it's probably 7 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Shout out to all y'all out there, man. Hey, and if anybody wants to contact me, if anybody wants to contact me, they can contact me at my website.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Hey, at Willie Lee V at gmail.com, man. Hey, but y'all sidetracking me.
Do not buy his cockroaches. He can't guarantee delivery. I'm just saying. Don't do it.
Hey, I got all kind of merchandises and stuff, man. Hey, all y'all got to do is contact me and pay the money. Man, y'all I'm telling you, man. Hey, ghosting. I want to talk about ghosting, man. Hey, I want to talk about ghosting. There's such a thing called ghosting. Hey, and that's when you gonna text somebody and they don't want to have nothing to do with you.
No, that's when you put a sheet over your head and you scare your neighbors.
No, man, you worse than that producer. No, no. Hey, you got something to do with somebody, and they got something to do with you, and then all of a sudden they don't want to have nothing to do with you, and you text them, and they don't text you back. Hey, look, yeah, that's called ghosting. Hey, but guess what? It ain't personal. They just don't like you. You get over it and you move on, man. And that got me to looking at this movie, A Happy Gilmore, where this guy named Christopher McDonald and Joe Flattery, man. Hey, Joe Flattery, he's like, all right, look at him. Hey, y'all seen that movie, Happy Gilmore? Hey, what happened was, hey, this one golfer, he paid off this other guy to be a distraction for Happy Gilmore. Hey, that guy's name was Joe Flattery. Hey, and then all of a sudden, Joe Flattery thought that he ought to be going down to the Western Sizzler to have dinner with Christopher McDonald.
I like Sizzler.
Yeah.
No, Red Lobster. Yeah. Red Lobster was a specific reference, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, the Sizzler too, man. I looked at it, but yeah, you're right about the Red Lobster. Yeah, hey, but look at him. All that means though, because see here, the thing of it is like I texted a certain somebody that's in this room right now, and they ignored me. Ignored me is what they did, and it got me to thinking to myself, "On that fella, I'm just ignoring you."
No, that was me. That was me.
Yeah. Hey,
I saw your text, and I thought it was interesting. I looked at the link, I looked at it, I read it. I just didn't necessarily reply to it.
You didn't look at it because there wasn't no link.
Are you trying to imply that he ghosted you, Willie? Is that what you're trying to imply?
Yeah, I did not.
No. Come on, guys. I always have him muted, so I never get the notification. So it was probably me.
No. Hey, because I was telling him that there was something about I think I was trying to figure out how many shows we have done so far and what year we started. We started back in 2019 or 2020, and I didn't know, and it could have been even 2018. I don't remember, man. Hey, but it got me to thinking too about like Pretty Women, and how they ghost you all the time and stuff too, man. And you know what? Hey, just because somebody smiles at you, just because a pretty girl.
You don't know any Pretty Women. What are you talking about?
Hey, I seen a bunch of them down there, man.
He knows Aunt Mama Lou.
Yeah, no. Hey, I seen a bunch of them down there at the bar, you know. Hey, but I found out quick, just because one of them smiles at you, don't mean that she wants to go motorboating with you. You know what I mean? Motorboating.
I think you go to jail for that nowadays.
Yeah,
I don't think. I don't think you can get away with that these days.
Yeah,
only if you're from here.
Yeah, no.
Maybe if you're Indian.
Hey, I got to pull this up, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what I wrote.
We got 2 minutes left, Willie, before we got to go to break. Okay.
No,
so use them wisely.
Hey, Mark, the producer, man. How
set you up so you can really make the best out of the time you have left.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I know what I wanted to talk about, man. Hey, from last week. Hey, birds, man. Birds are not real. Hey, I found it out. Hey, now, some birds are real, but most birds are not real. Most birds are robotic, man. Hey, they sent to spy on you. They are, man. Mm-hmm. They are. Hey, birds ain't real.
Why do they sit on power lines, right?
Yeah, hey,
to reach out.
Do you think that's why they took and destroyed all those and massacred all those ostriches up in Canada, Willie?
Yeah, man. Hey, they wasn't even real ostriches, man. Wasn't even real ostriches. And birds do sit on power lines just so they can recharge, man. I'm telling you that they can recharge. Hey, but look at here. You sidetracked me because there was still some other stuff that I wanted to talk about. Hey, because
45 seconons.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, I got to have more time. More time is.
And I'm going to use a few of them just to do the outro. You know.
Hey, no, y'all didn't cut into my time. Is what it boiled down to. But hey, 200.
Well, you can't forget the outro. I need a few seconds to do an outro.
Mark, the producer, man. How many shows have we done? I come up with a number of 250 shows, man. 250 shows. Hey, and
I
want to
don't have
talk
an
about-
exact number, but
Could be a low,
all the
that could be a
shows
low
that we've
ball.
done,
Yeah.
we've done.
Yeah, hey, I want
Did
to
you
talk
know
about
that?
the drunken raccoon too, man. Hey, an animal control officer in Virginia.
Anyway, folks, we're
he
all
was
out of
called to a
time.
liquor store when
This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we'll be right back after this.
Flat Earth, man. Hey, there was a raccoon. Hey, a raccoon.
You're a nut.
broke into
You
a
got
liquor-
it in. You got it in.
Hey,
That
hey, y'all
raccoon
hear?
story was hilarious.
Hey, y'all hear about the raccoon broke into a liquor store?
Oh,
Yes, I did.
yeah.
That
That
was
was so.
great.
Didn't
That
you
was
tell
great.
us that last week? Or no, that was CS. It was
I think
telling us on
Wednesday,
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, they found him drunk in the bathroom.
One of the funniest
passed out
animal
drunk, too.
stories
I
I've
mean,
heard in a long time.
And he was
I
released
think
back.
Walk up behind it and take a picture.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
was released
Like that
back into
picture
the
they
wild.
took.
Yeah, hey, everybody said
But
it
that
was
picture they
AI
took,
at
you'd
first.
never catch a raccoon sleeping like that in real life. You know, it was out.
Yeah, he was completely shit-faced.
Sorry, Willie. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's all I was saying.
Yeah.
Let's see, what I write to you? Oh yeah, I did. send you a
How
link,
you
didn't I?
kind of love me, you look up to me, you think I'm kind of like a star. You were saying,
Yeah. I said, what
stuff
year
like that,
did
a
we
lot of stuff like
start?
that.
Yeah, I said, here's what I
How
said. I
impressed
said,
you were
what
with
year
me.
did we start? I said, just say if it was 2020, then you've been doing this for 5 years.
Nope. Actually, I
that's-
think he started in 2018, but I'll have to go
Yeah.
back and look.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
it was
this
well before
show.
2020.
I'm talking about this show.
Yeah, this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Because
I don't know. Like
because
I
the
said,
very first show he did was on Sunday nights.
okay. Well, either way, so
But
if
you
it
didn't
was
come
2020,
along
that's
until
fine.
later.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because he was doing the Wednesday shows to start with. But
No.
either way, he's done
Nope.
250 to 300 shows.
No, he started out doing Sunday night, and then when he
Well,
came in, we did fill-in shows Wednesday nights a little bit
And-
until we got him going to take over the Wednesday show, and then for a while there he was doing a 3-hour show and went back to a 2-hour show because Jack Carey's in his slot in that 3rd-hour slot right now.
well, Willie,
So here-
that 250 number comes off 5 years, 50 weeks a year, right? 250.
Yeah, 50 weeks. Yeah.
So I would add another 100 to that for the Sunday show,
Okay. So what I
and
told
then
him
I would say
in
the
text
Wednesday
messaging-
show is probably another 50 on top of that. So was it 800 maybe?
What I told him was he's just as good as Tucker or Tim or Bongino or Rogan, all of them, and he needs more exposure.
No, we're not allowed to have naked people on the radio.
And the link that I sent was Apple Podcast. What about Apple Podcast, Mark?
Well, you know, if CS wants to take and put his show on there, he can
Uh-huh.
and monetize it.
I would just need to know where to find the easiest way to download
Yeah,
the,
and that's going to be
the
that's going to be the archives.
shorter version.
All shows are on the archives.
Well, that's the link that I
Archive.org.
sent you. I sent you that link for Apple Podcast. That's what the link was.
Yeah, it's quite a convoluted process, and I don't
Yeah,
have
I
a full
don't know.
idea.
It's
I saw,
very complicated. I tried to do it years ago.
Yeah,
Before
I saw what they did to Kenny.
Mhm.
They killed Kenny.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. With the centipede episode.
I don't remember that one.
Anyways, you guys
Ah,
got 30
human centipede.
seconds.
That was Kenny.
No, that was Kyle. He didn't read the terms of service, so he agreed to let Apple sew his lips to the butthole of another person while simultaneously sewing someone else's lips to his butthole to become a
that's
human
hilarious.
centipede.
That's hilarious.
Well,
Because he didn't read the
fun.
terms of service. And they kept trying to update it, and he wouldn't read it. They're like, "You just agreed to
All
move this.
right,
What are you
look out,
doing?"
Cats, Dogs, Kids, and Kurt Climbers with Crumb Beggars. 5,
Talk to you
4,
guys later, man.
3,
See you, Willie.
1, and you are live and on the last stretch of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Tonight, we've got with us Doc in the house. How are you doing, Doc?
Doing well, doing well. Better than Notre Dame, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah? They got,
they didn't make the playoffs.
Screw Malute, huh?
Yeah.
And that's all by voting, basically?
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, they did lose one game that they should have probably won if they wanted to make the playoffs, but, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's always next year, right?
Exactly.
Work harder. Do more push-ups.
That's right.
Push it even harder, and you'll get there. And, hey, man, some of them will still get signed to, the NFL and yada, yada.
Exactly.
Just one less. It's like 4 less games where you lose the chance of, like, actually getting injured, irreparably, where you can't play for the NFL.
This is true. Got to look at the bright sides.
In a way, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? If you're good and you're actually going to get signed, you're going to get signed, it's almost a good thing that you don't have to play those games because they're just injuries waiting to happen, man. It really
happens
it's
every
sad
year.
But true.
Yeah.
Anyway, diving into the news, we just got, let's see. Oh, I've got a clip here from Joe Biden. This is hysterical. How do you pronounce America?
America, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went.
I mean,
it was pretty.
You can drop the AL together and just say America. That works fine.
America,
right?
America in there, yeah.
America, yeah. You don't really need to use the A, but here's how Joe Biden's doing it lately.
We just have to get up. As long as we keep the faith, summon hope, and get back up and remember who in the hell we are. We're the United States of America. That's who we are. We're the U.S. And there's nothing. I mean, we just have to get up.
United States of America.
Man, they have to be really, really struggling to roll this guy back out again. They really do. He's so gone.
They ran him when they knew he was like this.
Yeah.
Right? They ran him until he got on that debate stage. Put me on it, I'll take him out back and bite his teeth out. And he went out there and made a fool of himself. Trump's like, I would reply to that, but I'm not sure what he said. I don't think he knows what he said either, It's
greatest
sad,
reply
but it's
to
true.
that ever. Yeah, that was the greatest reply you could have to that moment.
Yeah, because it was true. It's we took a Medicaid and saved it into the future of the Irma, could you get it? And then we're going to call victory. Mr. President, would you like to reply? Dear guy. Yeah, anyway, America got it. And then, that's one bomb we dodged right there. But then Kamala Harris comes along and is anointed into his seat. And she proceeds to spend a record-breaking $1 billion plus, coffer on the least inspiring presidential campaign of anyone's lifetime.
Probably the fakest of all time, too. Everything about her campaign was fake.
Well, you do have Hillary. Hers was pretty fake, too. It's hard to really, which one was
she had
worse? It's hard to...
She had a little bit of momentum early on. She had the female vote kind of on the Democrat side for a little bit. Kamala just had nothing. They were importing people to go to each one of her events. It was the same group of people going to every event in every state. It was just, it's crazy how fake that was. But Biden, that guy, he's been, I honestly, I don't even know that he should be wheeled out in public at all. Like, I don't think he should be out of the hospice care at this point. He's got terminal cancer. He can't talk. He's clearly gone senile. Like, it's almost elder abuse at this point.
Well, though, he's an ex-president, and these are the events that ex-presidents do, and they get paid, stupidly for it, right? Like, what do you want? $200,000 for like an hour of your time? And for you, gosh, you only need to talk for like 10 minutes. Just roll on out for 10 minutes. We'll give you $250,000.
Yeah.
Okay, he's pretty good at pudding, right?
What do you think he was saying at that moment? Like, I kind of thought in my head that maybe he was trying to say "damn it" at the end of America, and it just kind of got slung into one word. But is that what do you think?
I think he was reading off the Trump, maybe, or the prompt, America, ... got it?
Oh, that could be.
Or America, got it? But he said, we're America, got it.
Yeah, that could be.
Hey, I stumble on words all the time. I do. It's part of speaking for, 4 hours a week publicly, on a radio setting. You mess up a few times and you stumble over a word and, you move on, you keep flowing, and eventually they keep listening to you and they realize, hey, yeah, he just stumbled over his words, no big deal. But when they just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, it gets really, it gets old. So,
yeah. Well, as he is.
As he is, exactly.
Yeah.
You see, he's getting old and so is he. But I digress. Anyway, I wanted to play that because it's just a stunning reminder of what we dodged.
Truly. It was nice to see that the auto pen got waved off as well. So we dodged a lot of that BS that came from his administration as well. They signed off the thing, getting rid of all the auto pen stuff. Do you think that any prosecutions will come out of that at any point?
Oh, lawsuits have to come out of that. I mean, there's no way he can just. I mean, he went out the other day and got rid of all the CAFE standards for cars.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is not. I mean, they were done by executive order under auto pen by Biden. So okay, let's just get rid of them. He didn't sign it. He didn't know what was there in front of him. He never read it. No one ever talked to him about it. They just got out the old auto pen and made it happen. Well,
yeah,
that's not a presidential order. That's just somebody in his administration abusing his power by using that auto pen to pass legislation on their own whim, on their own behalf. They're not elected to anything, and yet they're in there making these types of decisions that have ramifications for every single American when you're paying $6 for gas.
Yeah, big time. That's yeah, I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope some people, especially in the administration under Biden, I hope they they go after them, at least in some manner, because that's sort of the biggest disappointment I've had from the Trump administration so far. So there just hasn't been enough going after the people that caused us all these problems over 4 years. Hopefully that changes here in the next year, but it's probably been my biggest disappointment. Not enough arrests.
Mm-hmm. If, we're leading up to the midterms too, right?
Yeah.
So that's all coming up, and they're not going to want to do anything crazy before the midterms. And by crazy, I mean like throwing Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton in jail.
Right. They don't want to give the Democrats all riled up for nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's just, you want to see turnout like you've never seen in your life. Do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it'll be, the polls will be flooded and everybody will be pissed. And gosh, I don't even want to see that world. But things need to happen. Trump was very nice to Hillary last time around. He had her dead to rights and he didn't do anything about it. Maybe this term he'll do the same thing, that same sort of respect, but understand that respect doesn't come back to you, Donald Trump. That's the problem with the Republican Party today. They don't understand that if they don't get rid of the filibuster, the minute they lose the House, the Democrats will. And lately, I've been hearing talk about a 21-person Supreme Court. So the Democrat Party could potentially take it from 21 seats. I'm sorry, from 9 seats all the way up to 21. From 9 to 21, and appoint all those judges handpicked from the crazy liberal pool that's out there.
Yeah.
It would change America forever. It would be the most damning thing we would ever see. And
Well,
they
that would
say
be
balance of powers.
Yeah, that'd be the end. That would be the end of balance of powers. There would be, if they pack the courts like
Well-
that with 20. There's no way.
Well, if everyone freaks out and, 2 years later they have another election and the Republicans get it back, then they'll just say, no, it goes back to 9 and, back and forth and back and forth. Or they say, no, let's take it to 50, right? 100.
Yeah.
Let's take it to 1,000 Supreme Court justices.
Well, that's why I think you're right, though. The Republicans need to understand what time it is and understand that if they lose in 2026 and 2028, that the majority of the Trump supporters, the administration, they're all going to jail. And that if we don't take some drastic actions to make sure that they can't get in power again to do that, at least by packing the court with judges that will strike down anything that's unconstitutional, the Republicans are going to be in a lot of danger, especially the Trump Republicans. The Trump Republicans are going to be in a lot of danger if they don't do something to cut the deep state's legs out from underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
Absolutely.
already plans in the works. So,
and it's, you got to clean up the voter rolls. They're already finding thousands and thousands of people. What is it? Harmeet Dillon, is it? Who?
Yes.
Yeah, DOJ's Harmeet Dillon just came out and said they've uncovered hundreds of thousands of dead people on voter rolls.
Yep.
And we always joke about grandma voting. She was always a Republican her whole life, and now she's voting for, the left, for Kamala. But it's a real thing. It's definitely a real thing. Tell me, they're not exploiting that. Look at Act Blue. We just had another big expose out of them, where it turns out they're funneling money to all kinds of different politicians from what they call Smurf accounts. It'll be some 70, 80, 90-year-old, retiree somewhere in the country, doesn't matter where, and they will have given like 5,000, 10,000 donations, separate individual donations. Some of these people were donating like 8 times a day in amounts ranging from like all the way from $1 up to like $100, totaling in the hundreds of thousands of dollars over so many years.
Yeah. Didn't they announce an investigation into this recently? The Trump administration?
We've been talking about this forever. I've been covering that Blue for years.
James O'Keefe too. I mean, it's been a thing for quite a while. But I remember hearing not too long ago that the DOJ is opened, or election integrity maybe. But some federal office opened an investigation into Act Blue and this idea of smurfing donations, because they believe they've found that a source of the money is illegally being funneled to these accounts. So there was actually a law broken.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like somebody is using these people to make these donations, right?
Right.
So they just go to the website. They get a little credit card from like a little Visa card you can buy at Walmart, and then show up and drain that account into so-and-so's, campaign fund under the name of some person who they have like 20 names to work with, and just use those names and just go to town with them. And that's what they do all day, right? They do that all day long, and they're just pumping like bogus money into these accounts funded from who knows who. I mean, I could allegedly say that people allegedly, say allegedly the Tides Foundation, the Open Society Network, Soros's Open Borders Network, or whatever they call it. Yep, these types of organizations are just made to, they're NGOs that are out there designed to use American tax dollars to take down America.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean-
look at the funding that we did in Ukraine. A bunch of that money ended up coming back funneled into our elections through the FTX donations. The FTX company made donations to huge Democrat off-season elections to try to sway elections for various policies, and that was coming directly from Ukraine. And nobody ever got charged with it. They dropped all his campaign finance charges when they put him in jail. Didn't look into any of that. Well, now we know why.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I mean, the world's on fire. Let's get into some censorship sucking, right? That's always a good thing. Meta starts kicking Australian children off Instagram and Facebook ahead of social media ban from Breitbart.com. So basically, Australia has banned anyone under 16 from having any type of social media accounts, which is wild. And they're starting to cleanse the platform of any such, said people. I would imagine they would probably save their accounts in the background and, like, you put in your birthday on your 16th birthday, this will open up and have at it. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah,
but yeah, it's interesting. I mean, they're doing it.
Well,
I don't know, what do you
I'm
think?
just curious. I'm curious how that they are. Like, I don't understand how they are ensuring that all of these people are actually adults. Did they pass a digital ID act to get on the internet in Australia? I don't remember if that got through or not.
I imagine for starters, they're just going to be like, oh, you put in your birthday. So, like, if you're 14, right, you're just done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
If you put in your birthday and you're 60 years old and you've got one look at your account and you're clearly some grandma or whatever, they're not going to touch it.
Right.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'm sure the kids are going to be freaking out, but kids are resilient and they'll just figure the workarounds.
Oh, I'm sure they will, if they haven't already.
Yeah, it'll take them 5 minutes, and they'll start new groups that are like, "Hey, we're the knitting organization of Southern Queensland or something," right?
Right, exactly. Kids are very resilient when it comes to that kind of thing, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's start a private group, and it's just a party in there, but on the outside, it looks like the most boring room you've ever heard.
Right. Exactly. It's curious though if this will expand, if they'll expand this to more digital things, if because I know we've talked about it on the show before, but digital IDs are a big thing across the entire Western world. They're trying to push the China model everywhere, and I wonder if this isn't kind of a sneaky get in the door kind of thing that may lead to that down the road. I don't know. Australia's not known for being
in the
very
UK.
free. Yeah, exactly.
In the UK, they're pushing that hard, and Keir Starmer says, "Hey, man, it's optional, right?" But then all of a sudden, you go to Facebook and you can't log in,
right?
But it's optional,
right?
And to pornography, oh my God, never, right? You ain't going anywhere near that. You name it. If you don't get the optional ID card, you can't use your online banking. You can't do anything. But it's optional. Yeah. If you just, work in a field and cut lumber for cash all day, then go to the pub and the market, you can probably survive without it.
Yeah, as long as your pub doesn't require you to show your brand new digital ID to make a purchase.
Oh, to get entry?
Yeah, that was one of the things that they were going to push hard, was to make the pub owners check people's ID at the door.
The digital ID.
Yeah.
No less.
Yeah.
It's like they've never been to a pub, too. You get out in the back country of Ireland or, England or whatever, and everybody in that little town, right? They all know each other.
Exactly.
There's no slipping in there and like, who's this guy with the wig on and the fake mustache?
Exactly. They know the kid from the time they're 9 years old. If you can see over the bar, they'll serve you a Guinness. I mean, they know everybody. Exactly. It's so silly.
But anyway, On the subject of censorship sucking, while we only have a few minutes left, let's dive into the big story of the week. The EU slapped Elon Musk and X with a massive fine, $140 million cash, to be paid to the European Commission. It's for him not basically regulating enough speech over there. For him, for the use of the blue check mark being kind of, they call it sort of like people are paying for it. It doesn't mean anything, and yet you make it look like it means something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a few other issues, but issues that, again, with free speech, it's like, hey, he said in reply, please send me a specific list of exactly what I need to be censoring, and we'll at least have a place to start from.
Right.
And of course, nothing is forthcoming because it's too hard to define, right? I know it when I see it, kind of thing.
Well, what they want to do is they want to be able to point to somebody that's making them mad and be like, that needs to be banned, and then ban that person. That's what they're looking for. That's the kind of power they want. The kind of power that used to have over Twitter before Elon bought it. I'm kind of surprised Elon hasn't gone more hard against the EU, but I know he needs the access to maintain Twitter's relevance in the world stage. He has to stay in every country. That's why he broke down and censored some people for Brazil.
I was seeing a report the other day of all the countries that their number one news source for their citizens is Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was shocking. It was the vast majority of Europe goes to Twitter to get their news.
No.
And
most of us do here.
How do you take that away from people? How do you take that away, though? How do you just say, hey, man, this thing's unsafe. You can't go here to get your news. It's got to go. We're going to shut it off. You're China now. You're no better than China when you do that. Right?
It's the model they're going for. It's terrible.
I mean, it's getting to the point where if Russia invades, I don't know who to root for.
True story. You got to wonder if people wouldn't be better if they were under Russia, at least in the UK and Germany, the two I know the most about. Like, it's very bad when your country is putting their own people in jail for Facebook posts that hurt people's feelings. That's very bad.
Yeah.
And you can't get much worse than that.
Wow, there was a story of a woman who was in her bathtub, sitting back, taking a bath after a really rough time, and like 11 cops busted into her house, came into her bathroom. Almost all of them were male, and demanded she get out and yada, 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 and, and she's like, okay, can the one female officer stay behind and everyone else get the heck out of my bathroom? You know what I mean? Furious. What is this about? It turns out she had a private message she sent to one of her friends, quote unquote, where she called her ex-boyfriend who punched her in the face a fag. Right? And that quote unquote friend turned it over to the police, and they came after her and arrested her, but not the guy who beat her up. The guy who beat her up, nothing happened.
Of
but
course.
She called him a quote unquote fag for hitting a woman, and she gets thrown in jail, arrested, butt naked in her bathtub in Kiestamas, UK.
It's terrifying. It really is. I think that's where America would have been had we elected Kamala.
Oh, Kamala. We've got Donald Trump standing up there saying, we stand behind Elon Musk and X. It's an American company. They're going after an American company because they need money, and that's their MO. They need the money, and they need the power. And go hand in hand, so why not do it, right? For them, it's like, let's go. Money and power, easy peasy. Marco Rubio came out with some really great quotes as well, along the same lines, more or less. But America's got Trump's back. With Kamala Harris, it'd be pay up, biatch, pay up.
For sure, 100%. mean, I would imagine that Kamala probably would have tried to shut Twitter down. She probably would have went after Elon. I mean, it seemed like they were lining up to do that. So
Yeah,
it's probably a very good thing that he has Trump behind him, even if they did have their little falling out.
yeah. I mean, it's a falling out of two people who ultimately believe in the same things and have the same sort of, core values. So,
Alpha personalities get into it all the time. It's not really that unheard of a thing. I didn't really put a lot of stock in it myself. It was just the fact that Doge kind of got put to the wayside, unfortunately. But, the government likes to spend that money. What are you going to do?
speaking of spending wasteful money, the government just dropped the necessity for the hepatitis B vaccine for babies, for infants, right?
Yep.
Usually they get 3 of them, one right at birth, one a few months later, another one at, a year and some old. Hepatitis B. I have a meme in front of me. It's the doctor coming out smiling saying, your baby needs the hepatitis B vaccine in case he shoots up heroin with a prostitute.
Yeah.
So any live birth, they're going to test the mother for hepatitis B. If she has it, the baby very well might have it too. But to vaccinate every single child that comes through here, this is a bloodborne disease. It's shared through needles mostly, some sex, of course. I've heard it associated with tattoo shops, like tattoo parlors that weren't hygienic. But to give it that vaccine to an infant, I just don't see the point. And it's so good to see them starting to say, hey, some of these vaccines, maybe every baby doesn't need it the day they're born, Maybe. What say you, Doc? We got about a minute left.
Well, it's good, but like you said, bottom line is not going to be too happy. The pharmaceutical companies, that they will not be too happy about this. But it's a great thing. They should have never been approved for the childhood vaccine schedule. Never should have.
I mean, you mandate it for every baby born in America, 3 of them within the first year and a half. That's money. That's money.
Yep.
You go in there and your baby has to get, 14 shots. That's just cash on the barrelhead. Stupid amounts of money. But anyway, folks, this is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We are out of time for tonight. But don't forget to check back on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the station. We'll be back then to talk about everything that's going on in the news.
All right, we got less than a minute and we'll be cut off, and it's been a great night. I'll get this up and out. If anybody's out there listening and you're on Kick, we will be hosting over to the Great Conspiracy.
Have a good night, guys.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
So I'm going to get this. Oh, there we go. We just got that. It's just me now. So thanks again, everybody. Appreciate it. And we are out of here.